Hi everyone, it's an exciting Monday because it is the first Monday out of all the Mondays of the March Madness. It will be every single Monday till the day after Selection Sunday, that Monday, that I will be doing it every single Monday, and then every Friday I will do one as well. So I'm gonna have two running every week. So I am very excited to announce that, and then I'm also working on my own podcast on Spotify, so that should be ready later tonight. So I'll give you guys a description and do a separate video for that once I have that going. So without any further ado, my bracket is complete. I printed the format, and then FYI, I gotta go to the dollar store because I'm gonna buy a big whiteboard just so I can update it weekly without having to write it all in pen and just using more paper, more printing paper, etc., etc. So that's also gonna be a big thing on my list today to do that. So in the first four, I have no 11 seeds winning this year, but the Midwest region, it's Richmond and North Carolina State. Georgetown and St. Louis will play in the South. That's also 6 versus 11. And then Norfolk State, the 16th seed, they'll meet up with Robert Morris, who upset Kentucky in the NIT a few years back. So I would like to see Robert Morris win that. So the 1 versus 16 in the South region would play Baylor. That's very possible that Baylor could go down to Robert Morris. So keep that in mind, that Robert Morris, I hope, would win that one just to make that a good game no matter what. In the West region, we have Prairie View versus Monmouth, which Monmouth is in Gonzaga's conference. So holy cow, a lot of mid-major schools from Gonzaga's conference made the March Madness as of now. So that's going to be very exciting to see the smaller schools compete for this year probably. We got Baylor against the TBA, which is the Robert Morris and Norfolk State game, but we will obviously go with Baylor. I'm not taking a chance at risking the 1 versus 16 upset, not unless it actually happens for real. I'm not going to pick it in my bracket. I don't want to get all of it right away just in case. So we will take the Bears there. And then Wichita and Ohio State. Wichita's had a lot of good experience in the Final Four, but Ohio State made it the year before, my freshman year in high school, under Thad Matta squad, and they're doing a lot of good things over there. So I will take the Buckeyes to win there, and they'll move on to the second round. Congratulations, Ohio State. Colorado and Yale. I don't see Yale winning. Yale kind of stays with teams in the March Madness, but I don't really see them pull out the upset quite yet. They're probably a few years away from that potential. So we will take the Buffaloes there, and then Penn State Nittany Lions will beat New Mexico State, even though New Mexico State had a lot of close tournament finishes, including last year on the tournament Thursday where they nearly pulled out an upset. They still didn't. So when they're running into Lamar Stevens, since he's such a beast and hopefully he's healthy just so they can make a March Madness run, I think they will beat the Buffaloes the second round. And then congratulations, because we will have a Big Ten Sweet 16, the first time since last year when it was Michigan State, Minnesota. It happened many times where we had a Big Ten versus Big Ten in the Final Four national championship. But in the Sweet 16 to have a Big Ten versus Big Ten, that's a very bold statement, but I think it can really happen this year. USC versus TBA, like I said, no 11 seeds, so we will go with the Trojans. They haven't been in for a while. I mean, they're in the first four mostly, but I think they're gonna be in. And then I have the Blue Devils beating Wright State out of UW Green Bay's conference, and that's where I live. So out of their conference, that's where Wright State's represented so far. So USC will do that, and then they'll also upset Duke in the Sweet 16. I mean, UCF. I mean, it was that close to a buzzer beater. I see USC doing that and going to Las Vegas. I cannot wait till I get that pick right. So that's another bold statement. It gets better from there. Indiana Hoosiers will beat the Memphis Tigers as a 6 versus 11 game. Those are always good games. Seton Hall will beat UC Irvine, which UC Irvine they beat Kentucky one year. So keep in mind that's another upset alert. But we will take Seton Hall to be safer than sorry there. Excuse me. Gonzaga will beat whoever they're playing, which is Prairie View and Monmouth, which I think that'll be a blowout. I think they'll blow out whoever they play there. And then Oklahoma, I have going to the Sweet 16 and pulling out an upset. I think their players could maybe turn into the next Buddy Hield, the next Trae Young. I think they can really have potential and go to the Sweet 16. Kentucky versus East Tennessee State. East Tennessee State won a few years ago in the NCAA tournament, but I do not see Calipari squad losing to them. So I will have the Cats winning there. Michigan State Spartans will play Akron, and they're in Central Michigan's conference, and they're fairly close to Michigan State. Their fans will travel well for that NCAA game. But we will go with the Spartans of the Big Ten. Go green, go white in that one, especially with Michigan out of the field so far. Michigan State's definitely tournament ready. They're definitely Final Four ready. I mean, I see a lot of potential in Tom Izzo's squad this year. The Hawkeyes under Bohannon, hopefully he gets healthy, because Big Ten injuries, as I mentioned earlier, they're just very serious. And if players just keep getting hurt by the time the tournament starts, it's really going to affect their seeding, affect how they do before postseason play. But we will take Iowa to beat the Gators. Butler will beat the North Texas Mean Green. Marquette will beat Virginia Tech, and I have Dayton. I don't know a lot about Dayton. I haven't watched enough of the Dayton Flyers yet, but I will take them there. And then I have another bold upset. The Marquette Golden Eagles will beat Dayton to go to the Sweet 16 under Marcus Howard. It's a senior season. It's time for Marquette to shine in the tournament again. And I'm a big Marquette fan, so that would be awesome to celebrate that happened. And then I have a matchup of the Big East versus the Big East. The Butler Bulldogs will make the Sweet 16 for the first time since they've been to the national championship the year I was in 8th grade, which was 2011 under Brad Stevens. I see them playing Marquette, and then Marquette will also go to the Final Four and pull out an upset there, because Marquette has legitimately a lot of experience, and they really do have a chance at making a run. And I think they're a serious 7th seed that teams don't want to run into in the tournament. We will go back to who they would play in the Final Four. We have... Oh, never mind. Yep, I'm sorry there. But I have Michigan State beating Marquette. Michigan State's too tough, so that's good. That's good that we will have a regional champion from the Big Ten for a second year in a row. So congratulations, Spartans. You will make the Final Four under Cassius Winston's senior year. So my mistakes on that. And they would beat Ohio. They would play. Yep, I gotta go back to this one, but we have Ohio State playing Penn State. I think Ohio State, Caleb Weston's gonna get. I think he's gonna get very hot. I think their offense is just really good under their second-year head coach, and they have a lot of potential going on. Especially last year when they made the Sweet 16 as 11th seed. It's very good for a program like them. And then Seton Hall, they will not. I don't think Seton Hall is going to be ready for the Final Four. So we will have 2 Big Ten matchups in the NCAA tournament as of now, and that's very exciting to say that if it happens, because our conference deserves more credit. Wisconsin will play Kansas, and I obviously have Kansas beating Austin Peay. Illinois will lose to Stephen F. Austin, because Stephen F. Austin did beat the Blue Devils at Duke before Thanksgiving. I can't believe I missed it, but thank you to YouTube. I got to see the entire overtime game of that one. So Stephen F. Austin will pull out the upset for the first 12 seed that beats a 5th seed. Oregon will beat Vermont, obviously, and then they will meet up against Wisconsin in a rematch of the 2015 Sweet 16 when they played the Ducks. And then I have the Badgers beating Kansas, just because Kansas knows how to choke in the tournament. They choked to Villanova in the Final Four when Michigan made it. They've choked to Michigan and Michigan's overtime overlaps in 2013 in order to make the finals versus Louisville. I think they have a lot of experience on blowing games. I think Wisconsin will do it. They will get hot at the right time, and they have Potter back, so that I think he's gonna be big as far as the tournament goes. But the Badgers will get eliminated. Their Cinderella run will end in the Sweet 16. We have the Auburn Tigers beating Maryland, and then I also have Auburn upsetting Maryland, because Auburn even without their Harper point guard stud from last year, I just think Bruce Pearl's doing a really good job just recruiting and getting them ready for a big competition like that. Louisville will beat Little Rock, obviously. St. Mary's will beat Arkansas, because I think St. Mary's is tournament ready and Arkansas really isn't out of the SEC. The SEC, other than Auburn, Kentucky, just aren't dominated. I really see that happening. The Louisville Cardinals will advance to Elite Eight against Auburn. Auburn's looking for their second Final Four appearance in a row. So then we would have Michigan State and Auburn in the Final Four for a second year in a row, as I mentioned, but they will be eliminated. Sorry, Auburn fans, and Louisville's too good under their first-year head coach, and I think they will make the Final Four. So, yeah. No, Oregon. Yeah, I have Louisville in the Final Four. So I will cross out Oregon because Louisville is Final Four ready. So Louisville was at 2. I also have them going to the finals because they have premier ACC experience, and they will beat Florida State in a very competitive game. And Florida State knows how to keep their juniors and seniors, so that would be nice. And Ohio State's Cinderella run would end against the Spartans. So we will have Michigan State and Louisville playing for the finals and for the 2020 trophy in Atlanta, Georgia. And I think with Michigan State, even though they're a 4 seed, they have a lot of seniors. They have a lot of potential, and Tom Izzo will really get them to the first title and for the Big Ten since 2000. And I have the Spartans winning it all in Atlanta in April. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and that's who I have. And I was very excited to share that with you guys, and that project was worth it for me today. So hope everyone has a great day, and one day closer to March Madness every day.